This was a very big deal. They're claiming quantum supremacy. They published in Nature in October 2019 with an experiment titled Quantum Supremacy using a programmable superconducting processor. Quantum supremacy is the idea that we have done something now with a quantum computer that cannot be done with a classical computer. They said something like 1,000,000 years, okay? Something crazy. And they were like, we did this in 200 seconds. That would have taken 1,000,000 years to do.
The point is, in a classical system, it would be so far beyond the life cycle of humans that it's irrelevant if it could do it.
Now, what they did was they designed a random quantum circuit sampling task. And this is where their claim met some scrutiny, okay? Because the task that they're saying they did that a classical computer couldn't do was itself a quantum task in some sense. So you're gearing the problem for the hardware that you have. And that's not completely out of precedent, but you can understand if their competitors were like, yeah,
doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count. But in any case, they said that this is the burden of proof is I've done something that a classical computer can't do, right? IBM claps back because IBM is the other big competitor in the field of superconducting circuits. So shortly after the Google announcement, they published this blog post that it's not that hard. Their first thing was like 10,000 years, and they made a better classical simulation. They outlined a better way to do that classical simulation that would take 2.5 days, not 10,000 years.
So they kind of undercut. They were like, well,
yeah. It's like, well, you didn't use the latest sort of classical algorithm to benchmark how good your quantum computer was. 2.5 days is still not 200 seconds, which is what Google did.
Right.
But it's not 10,000 years. So they were saying, you shouldn't say quantum supremacy. You should say quantum advantage. At this point, yeah, it's like they're pressed because like this is a big deal still, right?
And if you think about just economically from the business context, IBM has been struggling to survive both in chips, in its clientele base in terms of being dominated. They are being pressed by Google, by Nvidia, by AMD in all avenues of their business. So just from a purely,
and they've made a big push in the quantum place,
and so they had to say something.
Yeah, they had to. Yeah, there's still ongoing scrutiny. There's some papers that say that they've improved the classical simulation algorithms to decrease that gap even further.